Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Evolution. This is our final show before Nitro 12, the biggest show of the year. And we've got something to talk about. In the main event of our last episode, a number one contenders match went to a draw. It seemed fitting in a way because both Max Ultimate and Ramon Gutierrez have been so incredibly good, it makes sense that they wouldn't be able to beat each other. But as fitting as it was and as legendary as their match was, it still leaves me with a big problem. I could have them rematch like we did with Yunsan Park and Igris back during Winterfest, but I do truly believe that both men have earned an Apex title shot in their own way. You cannot argue against their wins and their improvement. It is my opinion, therefore, that both men should get a shot at the top prize. At Nitro 12, Igris, who won his title illegitimately, let's all remember, will defend the Apex Championship against Max Ultimate and Ramon Gutierrez in a one-fall, three-way match. I want to say congratulations to Max and Ramon. You are here only because you have earned. What is this? What in God's name is this? This is me making an announcement about a title that doesn't concern you. Why are you here? How dare you talk to me this way? I hold the Challenger briefcase. Everything that happens to the Apex Championship is my business. You don't sound very business-like, I gotta be honest. Oh, you tell your jokes. Put me down just because you don't like the way I do things. I don't expect you to understand what being a star is like. You wouldn't understand the lifestyle, but understand this. Yaka will be at Nitro 12, and if you do not take those two Patetico Niños out of that match and put me in it, you will not like what happens. Wow. You know what, Yako? You do have the right to claim that match at Nitro because you did win the Challenger briefcase. But since you won it, I haven't seen a scrap of paper at my desk to sign for a Nitro match. No calls, no conversations. This is the first time that I've seen you face to face since you won it. I am not going to jeopardize our biggest match on the biggest card of the year and just hope that you'll show up. Put up or shut up. Give me that briefcase right now and you'll have your match. Otherwise, it's two men who have earned their spot and won't treat it like a bargaining chip. The ball's in your court. Listen, I crossed the line. I understand that. A champion should be able to carry themselves with more dignity and hold themselves to a higher standard. The way I've acted with Dagonite has proved that maybe I wasn't ready to be a champion. For that reason, I'm not talking to or about Igris. Obviously, he's now got his own problems, and those chickens will come home to roost, I think. But when it comes to Dagonite, now I have an opportunity to fight him in a ring. No attacks, no dishonor, and you better believe that I've been training non-stop for weeks, and I'll keep training non-stop. Right now, this match is the only thing I've ever cared about.
No one's going down, so I say we do this anyway.
We know one of us is going down, so I say we do this anyway.
Down in the darkness, beneath the light, meet on the hunting grounds. Down in the shadows, become the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Evolution. And I hate to repeat the commissioner, but it is our final episode before Nitro 12. Still 2 more episodes of Storm to go. Nitro 12 has rocketed up on us here at General Admission Wrestling. Thank you all so much to those of you in our community. Make sure you join the Discord. Link is down in the description. More updates to come. We'll be voting on Match of the Year, Promo of the Year, Wrestler of the Year. So much still to come. And then, of course, Nitro 12 And it's season 4 right around the corner in the Wrestling World Cup. I cannot stress this enough. This is the time to subscribe to GAW if you haven't already. Takahashi, the Rookie of the Year, he has himself a place at Nitro 12. It'll be fighting for the Raw Championship. This is a kid who 2 years ago was not even in the sport of professional wrestling, and now will get a chance at one of GAW's legends on the biggest show of the year to win the Underground's title. You talk about a meteoric rise. They make documentaries about this sort of thing.
Pocket full of them bad, cause I be killing it. Play around with them bad, cause I be killing it. I don't think I stand, cause I be killing it. I take your girl, cause I be killing it. Pocket full of them bad, cause I be killing it. I be killing it. Play around with them bad, cause I be killing it. I don't think I stand, cause I be killing it. I be killing it. I take your girl, cause I be killing it.
You want to talk about meteoric rise? Adonis Carter has had one. He was on the wrong end of an upset during the Rookie of the Year tournament when Franky Omega Jr. defeated him in what may have been the match of the tournament. But it's March Madness time, folks, so those of you who are fellow college basketball fans, you'll remember a few years ago when the University of Virginia was upset by a 16 seed. What happened the next year? They won the title. So Adonis Carter, this would be the opportunity for him to be able to start rising up like the national champion Virginia Cavaliers. You know, every national title run starts somewhere. Every Apex title run, every Raw title run starts somewhere. Could this be the somewhere for Adonis Carter? And the last time we saw him out, he was taking on 2 other men during an episode of GAW Dark, and Carter got the win there. So obviously he's coming in with momentum in a different set of circumstances than the last time these two met during the Rookie of the Year tournament. It was an interesting match. I think not as much of a contest that I think a lot of people were expecting, and I think a large part of that is Carter, momentum-wise, energy-wise, emotion-wise, was still coming down from his match against Derek Cole, the Apex champion at the time, and Carter, getting charged up, just jumped straight over the head of Takahashi. And now Takahashi, we'll get to take a look a little bit later on. We'll get to take a look at Takahashi and Omega Woods by the numbers as the Rookie of the Year prepares for his Raw title clash at Nitro. And I'll give you what they call a tease in the business. Part of what we're going to be discussing is Takahashi's standout striking numbers. You are going to want to stick around for that, folks. Carter has him up on the shoulders. Carter with a Death Valley driver. Beautifully done. Carter with another cover. Quick pin attempts here from Adonis Carter. That was obviously in the scouting report given to him by Satan Cedric, his uncle. Now Carter going up top. Carter flipping leg drop. Shades of Too Cold Scorpio, a man who Adonis Carter is credited with giving him a lot of the ideas for moves that he's done. Beautiful job catching that roundhouse from Carter, but Takahashi able to fight up off of his back. And now the Rookie of the Year going in, and he's caught Adonis Carter with a jawbreaker. Now Carter tried to bait him in. Takahashi not taking the bait. The Rookie of the Year. How good is that? This is a guy who has done his film study. He's done his homework. And now out of the corner, Takahashi posts up off the ring. Takahashi, oh my God, leveled by Adonis Carter. Frightening speed from Carter. Now the cover by Carter, and Takahashi kicks out at 2. Absolutely frightening speed from Adonis Carter. And now Carter with the arm. Takahashi able to back him up. Beautifully done. Takahashi starts him with a big right. And now Takahashi will take to this guy's an underrated athlete, certainly. But I just want to go back to the amount of study that has been done. Takahashi into the cover, off the moonsault, kick out at 2 from Carter. The amount of study that Takahashi has done, now baiting Carter in himself. He knows what Adonis Carter was trying to do, and he was not going to take the bait like so many have, and that is what separates the Rookie of the Year from everyone else. That's the kind of study that Omega Woods is going to have. Oh! Good night, Adonis Carter. Takahashi with the spinning heel kick. And it's over. He just got back in the ring and blasted Adonis Carter with the spinning heel kick. That is unreal. And if you wanted any more confirmation why you should be scared of the Rookie of the Year, if you are Omega Woods, that is it. Takahashi walking into Nitro with a win, a great showing by Adonis Carter as always. But the Rookie of the Year, he is on a heater right now. We'll see him and Omega Woods by the numbers later on. But first, Jason Parker has an announcement. I've kept you all waiting for long enough, and the rules are finally set. The Las Vegas Connection and the Hostile Takeover can't go any longer without their Nitro match. So we're announcing what we're calling the Evolved Gauntlet. There are 7 members of LVC, 4 of HTO. The first 2 will fight in a match. When one man loses, the next member of his team enters. Last man standing wins. Any interference of any kind, and that team is immediately disqualified and fired. We will have a clean match at Nitro, and we will have a winner.
Took your heart, did things to your own and lovers would do in the dark. Made you a god. Priest, popes, and preachers.
It's a rookie takeover here today on Evolution, and that seems to make a lot of sense because we know that we will have rookies or just in general younger wrestlers playing a very prominent role come Nitro 12. Obviously, our Apex title match will feature 3 men in just their second years in, I guess you would say, Major League Professional Wrestling. No disrespect to anything that Igris or Ramon Gutierrez did before they came here to GAW, but this is the Major Leagues. They're all in their second year. They're fighting for the Apex title. The Rookie of the Year, Takahashi's fighting for the Raw title. It is a youth revolution here on Evolution. So it seems only fitting that we have a rookie showcase, to use an old term, here on our final episode. By the way, Jason Parker announcing the Evolved Gauntlet for HTO and LVC. And you may be wondering, who is the 4th man of the Hostile Takeover? Well, they do have Sean O'Neal under contract. The big man will be entering that match as well.
Welcome to reality, there's no way back. Welcome to reality, there's no way back. Welcome to reality, there's no way back. Welcome to unrealization. We came prepared to kill the operation. It ain't fair, but I feel it be the nation.
Franky Omega Jr., much like his Nitro opponent, the Little Dragon, will get one final tune-up before heading to Nitro. I've been told that the Little Dragon is barred from the arena for this one as a precautionary measure, and as we've seen, Jason Parker is taking these arena bans very, very seriously, as should all of the wrestlers. So I don't expect to see the Little Dragon here. Franky Jr. will get one last chance before heading to Seattle. And that will be a long plane ride from here in Albuquerque to Seattle, as Franky has to consider what manner of monster he has awoken in the Little Dragon. We saw last week as the Little Dragon took on Marlon Wright that the aggression that he has shown is unlike anything we've ever seen from the man from Perry, Oklahoma. But Franky Omega Jr., we know the aggression, and we know, look at the claws going after the eyes of Chris Alexa. We've seen it I don't know how many times. Omega trying to go in with the springboard, and Chris Alexa was all on top of that. Now Alexa in the corner, and he's coming out with a huge knife edge chop, but that right hand caught by Franky Omega, the man who upset Adonis Carter during the Rookie of the Year tournament. It's funny, you look at Omega's journey, and he came in, attacked the Little Dragon to get into the tournament, and then made some serious noise, actually holds a win over Takahashi, albeit in the most unfair and duplicitous of circumstances you could possibly imagine. But Takahashi, with 2 losses on his record, Franky Omega is officially one of them. But he sustained some losses himself, and Eddie Hernandez actually went to him. And he said, listen, I don't like you, you don't like me, but the reality is you've got to be better if you're going to perform here in GAW, and certainly Franky Omega Jr. I don't know if he's taken it to heart, but he took that as a challenge, and now Omega powerbomb rolls through into the knee strike. Omega is just on a different level, and we've seen it now. Omega takes him down, single arm into the arm collector, courtesy of his father. Franky Sr., named, of course, the arm collector himself, and the submission by the same name being utilized by his progeny. Franky Jr. releases Alexa, who immediately rolls to the ropes. Very smart from one of the most experienced men, and Alexa reaches out, grabs the ropes instantly for that cover. Alexa, the relative veteran of the Rookie of the Year series, but now Franky Jr. We saw him do that I don't know how many times during the Rookie of the Year tournament, puts Alexa down, and Franky Jr. is going to Nitro with a dominant win. The fans may not like it, but unfortunately, this is the reality. As we hear during Franky's entrance, there is no way back. For Franky and the Little Dragon, there is only one way forward. It is Seattle, it is Nitro 12. It's a youth revolution when we get there. Franky Jr. and the Little Dragon will play a part. Let's go backstage now. Yamamoto, Queen Alexia, the Rise champion, and her challenger are sitting down. You know the thing about you, Moto? You're arrogant. You're self-important. You think you know everything. You think you figured everything out. You think you're hot shit because people told you that when you were 12, so of course you believe it. You know what people told me when I was 12? That I wasn't good enough. That I was stupid. I didn't have a future, and I couldn't have a future. I could only get arrogant when I had earned it. You haven't earned shit. I have beaten you. Even a blind squirrel can find a nut, Moto, and I imagine you found a few of those. But it's different this time, because you think you're above everyone even more. Before, even you could figure out that you hadn't won shit and it ate at you. But now you have Kenny Omega with you, and you think you're completely above everything. It's just because you ain't seen me yet. I am still better, bitch. Reception here for John Gotti. Not that any of us should be surprised by that, of course. Gotti will be teaming up with the Gotti crime family patriarch. John Gotti, I should say Nathan Rotunda, will be teaming up with the Gotti crime family patriarch John Gotti to take on Island Nation with the tag team championships on the line. So Nathan Rotunda walking out here without the tag team titles, I might add. Even though the Gotti crime family, I suppose, technically hold the championships, Island Nation are, in many people's opinion, the lineal tag team champions because they defeated the Demon Wolves. So Nathan Rotunda out here. Now Rotunda, by order of John Gotti, will be taking on 2 local products here in Albuquerque, and we are joined by the man, the head of the Gotti crime family, John Gotti. John, thank you. Obviously, the question on so many people's minds is what this Nitro match will be as you prepare to take on Island Nation. And obviously, a lot of people believe it's unfair that Island Nation are not the tag team champions right now. What would you say to them? Well, it is very simple. Those people do not know the inner workings of the business here in GAW, here in Evolution, and I spent many, many months learning it, getting familiar inside and out, which is why a dozen lawyers that Jason Parker has employed have tried to look at the contracts and they find nothing, because the Gotti crime family are the tag team champions. Okay, well, look, I am not a legal expert by any stretch of the imagination. I can look at you, I know this. But, that being said, why didn't Nathan Rotunda come out with the tag team belt? I mean, if you are the champions, as you say, why doesn't he have the titles? I have to give you credit, this is a good question, and the reasoning is simply because we do not want to encourage Island Nation to do anything savage and come out and try to steal the belts back. I would like to believe that they are pure of heart, that they do want their championships. They said that they will give up their claim to being the champions, but we cannot trust them. So I will not allow Nathan Rotunda or myself to come out with the championships. Okay, I suppose that answer is fair enough. Nathan Rotunda has absolutely ran through these two, and Rotunda with a dominant win, as it was meant to be. Nathan Rotunda, you can see now, Island Nation, this is the man that you have to go against. That man. I might not even have to step in the ring. You've lost to us once. It will not get any better when you have to deal with Nathan Rotunda again. That is a statement made to Island Nation. It's unfortunate, but it's true. Island Nation and the Gotti crime family will throw down for the tag team championships at Nitro. We will give you an updated look at the Nitro 12 card, but first, let's take a look at Takahashi and Omega Woods by the numbers. It's been just a handful of months since Takahashi became GAW's first Rookie of the Year, and now he finds himself in a position to challenge Omega Woods for the Raw title. But Omega Woods is no rookie. Woods has been the Raw champion since defeating Santanico and Lancelot in the main event of Battle at Broadway. That was October 11th of last year, and he's made 5 defenses since then, giving him an average of 50 days per title defense. It's one of the fastest paces of any champion in GAW, and it's 50% faster than even Santanico's 200-plus day title reign. In his GAW career, Woods has been nearly unstoppable. His 15-1-1 record is the best mark in Evolution among wrestlers with over 10 career matches, surpassing everyone from Lancelot to Santanico to Derek Cole. When it comes to underground wrestling, Omega is even more of a legend. His decade in the underground saw him win over 1,000 matches, and he has multiple 8-month stretches without losing a match, including his first 9 months in GAW. Simply put, Omega Woods was always destined to be the Underground's champion, because no one represents the Underground quite like him. But even in his short career, Takahashi has shown that he has the ability to compete with the best. he battled Lancelot to a time limit draw, which is the only blemish on his otherwise undefeated Evolution career. In fact, since coming to GAW, Takahashi is 18-2-1 when counting his Rookie of the Year performance, and he has not lost in 7 months. As we know, his spinning heel kick is the most deadly move in Evolution as we stand. No one has kicked out of it. With a shocking average of 10,000 newtons of force every time it lands, you'd be better off getting a full metric ton dropped directly on your jaw. The rookie's strikes are also nearly impossible to block, as he boasts an 87% strike connection rate, by far the best mark in Evolution and the best we've seen in GAW since Aleister Black began Season 2 as World Champion. All Takahashi would need to cap off his sensational rookie year would be a win over one of GAW's most recognizable legends. The Raw title match is just a taste of what you will see at Nitro 12 on the Evolution side. It's been agreed to Abaddon, the rookie, will take on Kendrick Gore, representing Reaper District 7, in an Iron Man match. Franky Omega Jr. and the Little Dragon renew hostilities dating all the way back to the Rookie of the Year tournament. Lazara and Isis, two veterans, one of GAW, one of the Underground, will lock horns. It's the Evolved Gauntlet, the Hollywood Takeover, and the Las Vegas Connection do battle 7-on-4 in a first ever kind of match. Dagonite and Eddie Hernandez. It's hostilities dating back to Hernandez's short time as Evolution champion, and he will get a chance at the man who cost him that title. Island Nation and the Gotti Crime family throw down for the tag team championships in a tornado match, and you've seen just how dangerous Nathan Rotunda can be. And of course, the Rise championship will be on the line. Yamamoto, Queen Alexia, 2 out of 3 falls. All of that and more just from the Evolution side coming up at Nitro 12. Let's now get you to a very special main event. I told you it was going to be a special main event, and you haven't even seen the other team yet. Ultimate Flight reuniting as a team one more time before they head to Nitro 12. Both men will be competing for the Apex Championship. Now, only one man can leave that match as champion. But right now, these two are friends. Yes, it is, folks. You are looking at a GAW legend, the captain of Team Mexico for the upcoming Wrestling World Cup, and a proud father, Rey Mysterio, coming out with his son Dominic, making his GAW debut. Folks, I told you it was going to be special, and this is the kind of match that we have come to expect on our last episode before Nitro. You will get the same treatment over on Storm, by the way, as we'll get a little preview of the Wrestling World Cup. The captains of Team American Samoa and Team China will throw down. Yes, folks, it is well and truly Nitro season. The Mysterios versus Ultimate Flight. One last match. We are headed to Seattle, and after this match, we will get a special up-close look at the three men competing in the Apex title match at Nitro 12. So make sure you stick around. You don't want to miss that. Cover here for Ramon Gutierrez off the Death Valley driver, immediately putting the pressure on his idol, Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio is a big reason why Ramon is headed to Nitro in the position he's in. Ramon has credited Mysterio with helping him learn, inspiring him during his young career. And now he's getting an up-close look at what elite-level Lucha Libre wrestling looks like. Max Ultimate getting one as well. Springboard high cross from Mysterio, immediately putting the pressure on Ultimate. And Ultimate able to kick out. Mysterio straight back onto the attack. Max Ultimate. This is a great opportunity for him to prepare for what Igris can bring, because we know Igris, the smartest man in Evolution, he's doing his film study. He will be bringing every weapon in the arsenal to bear against both members of Ultimate Flight. And it, of course, excuse me, it of course begs the question. You've got two men that are friends in Max Ultimate and Ramon Gutierrez, so will they be going 2-on-1 against Igris? Will they isolate him? Will they take him out of the match in favor of going 1-on-1? And my instinct is no. I think they have too much honor to do something like that. That's just my 2 cents. We could see something totally different come Nitro time. When you're in a position that big, when you have an opportunity like that, you know, maybe honor isn't everything. Max Ultimate springboard elbow strike, and Dominic Mysterio able to kick out. Dominic making his GAW debut. Max Ultimate tagging in Ramon Gutierrez. All three of these men, by the way, comparable ages, Gutierrez, Ultimate, and Dominic. Rey Mysterio, of course, the wily veteran of the group, and Ramon Gutierrez with the knee strike on Dominic. Rey Mysterio is there, breaks up the pin, and he needed to be. And Ramon Gutierrez going after his idol. Gutierrez doing exactly what he needs to do. There goes Rey Mysterio. Now Gutierrez has Dominic Mysterio alone in the ring. Dominic trying to make his way to his feet. He's caught with a big right hand by Ramon. Ramon will tag in. No sense of animosity here between the members of Ultimate Flight as Dominic Mysterio, Frankensteiner, and Max Ultimate is up against the ropes. Dominic Mysterio with a 619. Picture perfect. I wonder who he learned that from. Dominic Mysterio with the cover, and Ramon is there in time. Wow. Now Ramon jettisoned, and suddenly Max Ultimate finds himself in a 2-on-1 numbers disadvantage. Here comes Rey Mysterio. Max Ultimate waiting for him in the ring, and Rey Mysterio trying to steer him in the direction of the Mysterio clan, but Max Ultimate too fast, too strong. Into the corner goes Rey. Ramon Gutierrez back up onto the apron as well as Rey Mysterio fights out of the corner. Mysterio with the face buster. Mysterio was just in with Swerve Strickland in a tremendous match. Now Mysterio almost got Max Ultimate off that face buster. Tag in. Here comes Dominic, and Dominic Mysterio with a Cazadora. And Max Ultimate recovers straight onto his feet. Again, Dominic with a Cazadora, and again, Max Ultimate to his feet. This time, he's caught with the drop kick by Dominic. Now Dominic Mysterio into the cover, and Ramon Gutierrez is there just in time. Dominic Mysterio with the drop kick levels Ramon, and Dominic Mysterio, what a performance in his GAW debut. Unbelievable. Ultimate and Gutierrez are headed to Nitro 12, but Dominic Mysterio, he might be headed towards a full-time GAW contract if he's performing like this. Mysterio, high arcing springboard moonsault, and another cover here on Ultimate for Rey Mysterio. No! Mysterio now. Mysterio gonna go for another springboard. Ultimate to his feet. Dominic's been pulled down from the apron, and Max Ultimate has Mysterio up on the shoulders. Max Ultimate with the max damage. And that's exactly what we came to expect from Ultimate Flight. They're so quick. They strike just like that. Max Ultimate, Ramon Gutierrez headed to Nitro off a huge win as the Mysterio family comes up just short. What a final match here on Evolution for Season 3. But before we leave you, let's take a special look into that three-way contest. It began nearly 3 years ago. The road to Evolution.
GAW Academy Storm Chaser, televised weekly for the first time in its history.
From the little-known GAW Academy came major change. Wrestling veterans like Eddie Hernandez, Yun-Son Park, and Garrett Gibson helped carry the promotion forward and helped change the world of wrestling in the process. Then came the underground legends. Lancelot, Santanico, Omega Woods, Derek Cole, and others stormed into general admission wrestling. They've won titles, main evented Nitro. They've become legends as recognizable as Omega and Mysterio. What's he doing? Gibson spear! Lancelot's down! Gibson hooks the leg! Garrett Gibson leaves Nitro as your champion! But while no one was watching, the young guns were getting ready. From the dojos of Mexico to the training camps of the underground to the grueling academies of acrobatics, 3 young men began their journeys to the top. Now, they finally reached it. I was always destined to get here. Plain and simple. I was the top prospect in the Reaper camp, the top prospect in GAW. When Storm Chaser began, I was part of the first match. This promotion is mine. It's a humbling experience to be here, but I'm thankful for every moment of the journey. I got to do it with my friend, a man I respect. I couldn't ask for a better life. I thank God every day that I am here. It is a blessing. To my mother and father, they are the reason I am here. Thank you. The question of whether they deserve it has been answered. Ultimate and Gutierrez have combined for 6 wins over the toughest men GAW has to offer. Igris, though he won the Apex title under controversial circumstances, has proven that he is as dangerous as he is cunning. And while the situation on Friday Night Storm is exceedingly fluid, this feels anything but. Many want to exact revenge on Igris. All would give a limb to be on the run Ultimate Flight have been. There's no doubt then that this Apex title match is right. But an even darker cloud looms. Will the man who wins even walk away from Seattle with the title on his shoulder? Evolution is the reality here, and the situation always changes.